Hey everyone, it's Monique and Meg here. I thought today we could talk about the upcoming holidays. There's Diwali coming up, there's also Guy Fawkes coming up, and with that comes a whole lot of fireworks. And we wanted to talk to you about just awareness, creating some awareness about what would happen or what could happen to your animals if you let off a whole lot of fireworks, maybe even in your back garden, or maybe the people next door, or maybe even 10 kilometers away, because that's how sensitive animals' ears are to fireworks. So Meg, what happens when a cracker goes off, as I call it?
So obviously there's a couple of things that go through a dog's mind when a firework goes off. As you mentioned, they're a lot more sensitive than us, so their hearing is way more in tune to picking up very loud bangs, and they tend to also pick up the vibrations from the actual explosion going off. So for them, they're now experiencing a really loud noise that they can't actually pinpoint. They're not sure where it's coming from, and they also feel the kind of vibrations coming through the house. And in some cases, if they're close enough to the fireworks, there will also be bright flashes of lights. So for a dog or for a cat, or even for some of your other animals, exactly, some of your horses, cows, sheep, any kind of animal really, this can really put them into a panic state because they don't understand what it is. And if you can imagine them, kind of being in the wild, so to speak, that a bright light and a really loud noise and a bang and things like that is not a good sign for them. And that's usually a sign that something's about to go wrong, that there's a fire or an earthquake or something that they really need to try and get away from.
Exactly. So also, prevention is better than cure. So for me, not letting off fireworks is the ultimate.
Yes.
But of course, there's always people who need to have it off for some reason, for whatever, they get kicks out of it. So for me, it's okay, each to their own. However, what can we do or you do to make your dogs and cats and animals really safe, or feel safer with the potential threat of fireworks? Because one of the things is, and on New Year's Eve, we went somewhere just this year, and a little Yorkie was running away because he just was so petrified of all the fireworks going off. And the sad thing is, you can't stop them once they've actually got out to run away. So the thing is, part of prevention is also to make them feel safe.
Yes.
So Meg, how can we do that?
So there's a couple of options. It really obviously varies from pet to pet. The first thing is obviously to really ensure that you are home when the fireworks start. Don't be out having dinner and whatnot and leave your pets kind of alone at home. And the next thing is try and keep them inside. It reduces the chances of them finding a hole in the fence, or rather trying to make a hole in the fence, which can also be catastrophic.
And create create a safe space in the house for them that they know they can run to and they can be safe. But it's no point in doing it on the day that the fireworks are going to happen, because they won't understand that is their safe place.
Exactly.
So start creating that safe place in the house for them where they can go to if they feel in any way threatened.
And obviously just be careful, especially with your bigger dogs and things, with regards to sliding doors.
Yes,
your huge pane windows that don't have burglar bars. Some dogs do get so worked up that they will try and get through the window and they will break it and obviously injure themselves quite seriously. Obviously you can look at doing kind of mild natural sedatives as well if you know that your dog gets stressed out during fireworks. Dose them beforehand. And just like Monique said, have a safe room for them where you know that there's nothing that they can knock over or run into or get stuck behind. And then you just kind of really have to sit with them. Sometimes the coddling, I know we've mentioned it in a previous video with regards to thunderstorms, and sometimes the coddling is not the way forward. Sometimes you do have to just kind of let them figure it out, just be present, let them know that you're there, but try not to kind of scoop them up and cuddle them and make them feel like there is something to really be scared of.
You can't really scoop up a big St. Bernard,
no,
right?
Well, they might scoop themselves up in your own arm. I think St. Bernard owners know that they do think internally that they are lap dogs, but they are not. And really just make sure that you're present, make sure that they're safe, make sure they have enough water. When they get stressed out, they do pant a lot, they will start overheating and, obviously dehydrate themselves. And just be aware of your pets and be present and be careful and try and make it as stress-free as possible.
And make your mindfulness stretch out to beyond your own yard, to beyond your own complex. because there's horses. We live in an area, or we actually are here in an area where there are still horses. And horses, Meg, we haven't mentioned it, but horses actually get so scared they will try and get out of their stables. They'll jump a stable door if they can, and they'll be off, and they'll hurt themselves so badly. And you know, it's just the pain, and it's not worth letting off all those fireworks.
No.
So please act with mindfulness during this season.
Especially even when you're driving, I just thought of it now, even if you're driving around your neighborhood and things, don't speed. Take your time, be aware of the fact that there might be a little Yorkie or a dog or a cat or something that
Petrified.
has escaped from his yard, is in a flat panic and doesn't know where it is, and is really just trying to escape from everything at this point. As Monique mentioned, it's very difficult to try and catch them because unfortunately you just become an added element of something that they're trying to get away from. So just be careful when you're driving. If you do spot a pet that looks like it's in a panic and running away, try and report it on your neighborhood group or to the SPCA, or you know, to the vet or something, just to say that you have spotted it. Maybe try and keep an eye on it, but yeah, don't jump out your car and try and run after it. It'll make it worse. Yeah.
It'll run faster. Yes. Okay, we're hoping that you have a blessed week.
Yes.
And and please be mindful when letting off all those fireworks. Thanks for listening.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye.